Hey, good evening everybody. Dave here at Scale Models Midwest. Welcome back to the workbench. It has been a good while that I have not posted a video, 3 weeks actually, and quite frankly it was because I was suffering from builder's block. I'm sure everybody has had that, where you're sitting at the table, you're kind of hammering away at the kit, and then all of a sudden you stop, and the next thing you know 3 hours have passed and I didn't really get anything done on the car. So email yesterday, and my good friend Terry Adams contacted me and was wondering where I was at. So I am here, always have been here, always will be here, but I got a kit finished. I'm going to show it to you. First of all, that's the one I started. I showed that in the previous video. This is Salvinos JR, Bobby Isaac, 1971 Dodge Charger. It builds up into a really, really cool kit. I want to kind of point out something I noticed when I finished the model and was looking at it today. Take a close look at where the fuel fill's at, just above the letter E on the K&K Insurance sponsorship. So if you see that, and then you see the car itself, ta-da, if you notice, it's all the way over here. That's the same as all the 71 Chargers, so it's no big deal. It's not a deal breaker. You can fill that if you want, put it up there if you want. All there is to it. I mean, we don't just assemble kits, we build them, we tinker with them, adjust them, customize them. This one was, I wanted to put a few more details in it, but then, like I said, I had that builder's block, and then I just said, you know what? Wiring. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. So that's what I did. Now, again, this kit built up really well. I have a little bit darker red than the poppy red that I had. I was using, I think it's Tamiya, yeah, Tamiya TS8. I decanted that and airbrushed that. I've got 3 coats on it. I've got 2 coats of clear. As far as the rest of the kit goes, it's really cool. I'm going to try and show you the interior details. Let's go ahead and give you a walk around. I know that, you know, it's not perfect, but I had kind of adjusted the headers as best I could, and then I used this pipe for it. I think if I were to build this kit again, which I probably will because I've got another one like this, I would use the pipes that go outward. And I've also got some from Jim Rogers that do the same thing. So building this kit in the future, I would do that. Chassis was just done in semi-gloss black. Shock absorbers, yellow. I did the same thing with the ones up front. This is a semi-roller. I think the pins on these in the front end are just a little too small. I had my Kozlowski Charger that I built a good while back. See here, they're a roller, and that's because I used longer pins on the spindles in the front. These, I just used the kit ones. I think they're probably about 1/8 too short. So if you're building this one, you want it to be a roller, kind of keep that in mind. Moving around to the front, as you can see, the detail on this is pretty sweet. I still had some photo etch from my Charger that I built, the Kozlowski one, but as I started looking at the paint detail, I figured, you know, I'm just going to kind of leave it to the kit. This one, I used Molotow chrome pen on that, and everything else is done in a gunmetal gray with black wash and decals in place. Tires and rims look really cool. The box art is how pretty much I was wanting to do it. Very simple, very sharp. You know, the Chargers, obviously the ones that get the most love are the 68 to 70 Chargers, but I mean, these, I loved them. I grew up next door to a guy, had a 71 Super B in metallic brown, white vinyl top, 383 automatic, white interior. I loved that car, and I said someday I'd like to have that car, but you know, that never happened. The interior right there, if you see, got a little bit of light on it. I did some wiring on the ignition box, and then just made sure that when I did the decals, I put them on, first of all I did a Molotow pen on the gauge recesses, however you want to call it, and then put the decals on top of that so they stand out a little bit more. Everything else is pretty much semi-gloss and flat black. So I dig on it. I like it. and ultimately it's going to look really good on the shelf with the other Salvinos JR kits. So I don't even know what kit this makes for how many I've done this year, but if you've not picked up a Salvinos JR kit, definitely go to your local hobby shop and pick one up, or better still, once you've bought one, they have a little sheet of paper in there where you can become a member of the club. Great time to be in the hobby here, and you know, these are great kits that Salvino's putting out. Jim Rogers is doing a great job with the setting up of the kits, both these and with the reused monogram molds for things like the Pontiac Le Mans and the Grand Prix and the Monte Carlos. So it's a pretty cool deal. What am I going to do after this? So first of all, next week I have my first ever make and take. I've been wanting to do that for a long time, but scheduling just didn't plan right. But kind of doing that as kind of a bit of a fundraiser. Not being sponsored by anybody, I just do this for celebrating now 3 years of being on YouTube. And I opened it up to my fellow Taekwondo students, parents, anybody that wanted to go in and build cars, guys, girls, bring their friends. Open it up for just 15 people, and I think I'm getting close to it being sold out, which is great. And the proceeds from the model build, make and take are going to benefit a thing called Project Key-Up, or the Key-Up Foundation, which is a local nonprofit that is designed to get kids involved in the martial arts that otherwise wouldn't be able to afford it. So I figured that'd be something kind of cool to do, and then go from there. So what am I going to build next? Well, I wanted to show you something that I got in the mail. Okay, so if you remember in a video I put out a couple months back, I had met a guy by the name of Scott over at Futura Traction Scale Products, and he is at futuratraction.com. Great website, a lot of race kits, resin. This one was kind of like the one that stuck out at me because I always wanted to build Bob Glidden Ford Fairmont around 1980-81 era, and he had one. And then we got to talking, and I started ordering parts from him. So I got this, the hood, I got some other basic items, oh, and the chassis, which is a perfect fit for it. And then, as he was telling me about the other parts, we set up packages where I would order them a little bit here, a little bit there. So I still have to order tires and wheels and some other basics, some interior pieces and whatnot. But the stuff that he's got here, I mean, check this out. I got this towards the end of October. This is the Ford frame rail. This is all 3D printed and very delicate, but I mean the detail of this 3D printing, really of any 3D printing now, is awesome. I've been debating about getting a 3D printer myself. We do have a 3D printing company here in Urbandale that I've been thinking very seriously on going to, and I was told that they do sell 3D printers for this stuff, for model car building and whatnot. So yeah, someday I might just do that. But in the meantime, I'll definitely be handing over my card or writing a check to help support other businesses who are currently doing it. But again, there's your Ford frame rail. The other items that came in the kit, the latest box here, I'm trying to look at the sheet what he's got here, but I've got a rod. I might have to ask Scott what that's for. And then all sorts of little things here. I mean, the detail on this stuff is going to be spectacular on this kit once we start building it. This is one I am definitely taking my sweet time putting together because it's one that I've wanted for a long time. Right here, here's the Pro Stock engine with the Lenco transmission. It's a 351 Cleveland, and I saw one that was partially put together. You see here there's some photo etch for the carb top plates, and I mean, yeah, I feel like a kid at Christmas when I was opening this box. Right here, coilover shocks. Again, the detail on this stuff is fantastic. And Ford 9-inch rear end with brakes. Again, more photo etch. You can see there, hopefully. There you go. Moving along, we have the rotors, brakes, front struts. That's set up right there. And just kind of, I don't want to take anything out of the bags just yet because I'm afraid of spilling it on the desk. So once we start building this, you'll see. And then wheelie bars. Look at that. Got a wheelie bar housing. Photo etch once again. This is pretty cool. And then finally, the engine bay tin for the Fairmont. So that is really sharp. I'm gonna have to definitely take my time bending it and setting it up to that front frame rail. And look at that. Even if you look there, I think those are photo etched Zeus fasteners. Not sure how they pronounce it, but yeah, really cool. I mean, he's got really good prices on these things. I still have to get tires and rims for this. I think roll cage, seats, and I think maybe a shifter. But otherwise, I've got majority of this stuff, and here before too long, I'll probably start working on this a little bit at a time, and I'll probably show it off as I'm building little things here and there. But I still have to get my decals ordered for this, and I know where I'm going for that. But in the meanwhile, yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, as far as what else I'm building besides that, I got a couple of kits there. You know, I've got that Dodge from Johan that I decided I'm going to build it. You know, not going to let it sit up on the shelf and gather dust. And I've also got a couple more cars. That Peugeot, the Tarmac Attack one, pretty sweet. I think I'm going to go ahead and start building that. And then finally, the one that kind of, I saw it, got it, I'm building that. And going to kind of have fun with it. I'm still thinking I might do a fantasy build with decals from one of the newer Salvinos kits, but who knows. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, 3 weeks off, builder's block. We've all gone through that, and well, I kind of just finally powered through it, got the kit finished, and it looks good. I'm happy with the results. As always, Salvinos JR puts out a really good quality product. I like it, stem to stern, front to back, side views. This looks great. Sits nice, sits level, and it's gonna look really good up on the shelf. With that, I hope everybody's having a great week. Keep building the cool stuff. Like and subscribe to this channel, tell people about it, and we will catch you in the next video.